Well, Diana, this is the you're speaking out for the first time since all of this stuff happened last week.
Yes.
How do you feel right now?
Well, I've passed the shock part, and now I am upset to figure out how we're going to fight back for our rights. Not only our rights as teachers and our working condition rights, but our rights as union members. Because I think our rights as union members have been violated, and we have to look at this as they continue to make it about one person. It's a whole union that's being affected today. And teachers are being affected in the county in terms of bargaining, which they're going to bargain tomorrow, as well as children.
Did you see this coming at all? Was this a complete shock to you?
No, it wasn't a complete shock. I just thought that there was a fair process, but as I looked at the process in the Constitution, it's an internal process.
Right. But when we talked last week, you learned about this not from them.
I learned about it from you, Mario, when you called me and told me what was going on.
And you seemed.
I was literally shocked because I was on vacation, and so this is an opportunity to hear tonight what they're saying in a meeting about an advisory board to a board that they just relieved of duty, and so I'm curious to hear what the direction they're planning to go is, because there hasn't been a communication yet that really gives our members a sense of that we're righting the ship, because that's what this is about. It's not about one person, it's about a union, and a union is a group of people. It's us. And so I hope that that is a clear message that gets out.
How do you fight back against? Do you plan to fight back?
Well, you have to exhaust a lot of the remedies first, internal remedies, and then you can take it to the court system. And it's up to, I've got to think about that, because I don't know if that's really going to change anything. I think what we have to do is look at the state as a whole, and I am running for the Florida Education Association president.
Let me stop you there. Okay. Is any of this tied to your announcement that you're running statewide?
You know, you have to read between the lines. I am running to take the state in a different direction. I think we have gotten a lot of things done locally, and I don't think the state's going in the right direction. If we put all of our heads together about this reform movement, I think that teachers and parents and community members can lead, and I think that's what's missing. So I am running for the Florida Education Association presidency.
You told me that you were consulting with an attorney, considering a lawsuit regarding defamation. Do you feel like your name has been defamed?
Yes, I feel like I write responses to some of the accusations that are not substantiated, and those never get put in the press. So a lot of it I feel is one-sided, and so I am not only a union president, I'm a citizen, I'm a long-term resident of this county, and so people are calling me up and saying what's going on because one side of the story is getting played.
Did you ever think you would find yourself in a position where you're having to sue the very organization that you used to lead?
And the very organization that should provide an attorney when it comes to employment rights. No, I never thought I'd be in this position when I ran for president.
What's wrong with them coming in, taking over, providing a fresh set of eyes, a fresh set of hands to run things? Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, I think some of the intermediate steps were missing, which was some training, some building team activities that needed to be done. It was a very difficult situation, and it got worse. And I certainly think there were a lot more middle remedies that could have been done, and they weren't done. And so that's all in the responses that we have given and suggestions. And I even suggested that we ask our members to vote. If this is an organization made up of over 6,000 members, they should certainly have a right to vote on the direction of their union. They voted in the election, and so they certainly should have had a right to vote in the decision that was made.
The union, well, the national union essentially called you a tyrant. They said you were violating...
Now, that's new information?
Well, they didn't use that word, but that's essentially what it means when they said you were basically running your own program here. You were violating policies and procedures and bylaws. Is any of that true?
That's why I'm looking into a defamation lawsuit. The original charges were there were malfeasance of financial records, and then that charge disappeared after they sent in their CPA to look over that. And then it came to the bylaws weren't being followed. I was the bylaw chair for 6 years. I'm very good about following the bylaws. So I find that offensive, but that's all part of why I'm looking into the defamation lawsuit.
So your position is you didn't do anything wrong, and
Well, and this is going to take me a while to explain it. We have people coming in from a union where their board of directors is the end-all decision making. Our organization is based on the highest body being the membership. So when the membership met and gave direction to the organization, they don't recognize that. And so that's why when I say somebody's saying you're not following the bylaws, it's a culture difference between AFT and NEA. We are formerly an NEA local, and membership is our highest body.
well, but just bottom line it for me. Did you do anything that rises to the level of you being kicked out of office?
No, I did not. And I certainly think our members are sitting there thinking to themselves, there was a lot of drama in locking doors and the presence that was brought here the other day when you were here filming for the charges that were made.
So if you did nothing wrong, you're following procedures and bylaws, why is this going on?
I think it might have to do with politics. And when I ran to be president, I didn't want to be involved in politics. I wanted to make a difference for our members and our teachers and make their working conditions better and be an advocate for them and speak up.
You didn't play the game.
I didn't play the game, and I was told that actually several times. Yeah.
And now you're on the sidelines.
Yes, I'm on the sidelines. I'm in timeout.
Okay.
So,
Is there anything else you want to say about, the national group coming in, or anything else about this whole situation that you want to say?
I want to focus on moving forward. I've always said it's time to move forward. Let's leave the past behind and move forward. We have so much work to do that we keep staying still in this mess instead of looking forward to the future, and that's what we need to do. Our members are waiting for us to do that. I'm still a member, and I still plan to be an activist.